Merhabalar, ben Ebru Tarım Dilekcan. Ben pazartesi akşamlarını sizi bilmiyorum ama iple çeker oldum. Bu Her Şey Mümkün Ebru Tarım Dilekcan'la programı Süper 7 TV kanalında bana çok iyi geliyor. Ve bu hafta benim yabancı bir konuğum var. Geçen hafta kendi kendime sohbet ettim. Bu hafta sevgili Joanna ile birlikteyiz ve ben umarım gene affınıza sığınarak tamamen İngilizce bir yayın akıtacağım. Size sadece hoş geldiniz kısmını Türkçe veriyorum. Then I'm jumping into English to say welcome to my dear friend and colleague Joanna Kuziola. I just learned how to pronounce your
And you learned it perfectly.
I think so. Yeah, I pronounced it pretty well. I just repeat what you said like a few seconds ago. Welcome, sweetheart. Very welcome.
Hello, I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for this invitation. It's amazing to be here.
It is such a pleasure, actually. Like, I have to say, I have been looking forward because last week in the same program, I just have no guests. I just want to talk myself. That was fun as well. But I have been looking forward to this evening. And I think the first thing I want to say initially, that's how I start anyhow. Whatever we're going to go through in the next 45 minutes together, let's put such a demand to everybody's universe, including yours and mine, obviously. Like, what would it take everyone who are watching us right now live and who is going to watch afterwards from the recording, obviously, to open up their receiving? Like, whatever we're going to talk tonight, what would it take that to be a contribution to their lives, their new choices? Whatever they're up in 2023, what would it take our conversations to lighten up their universe, actually, to inspire them to something different is possible. And I think we are here for that. We have so many joint interests and you are doing amazing stuff. I don't know how we're going to keep up with all your beautiful titles. And before actually I talk too much, I just want to say, like, you're all the way from Poland. Which city of Poland you're from? Like, I know you're dialing from Poland.
Yes, sorry, something was up with the internet. I
That's
think it's
okay.
back.
Don't worry. We will expand and we will sort that one out. Like, don't worry about it. Yeah.
Okay,
So,
I'm here.
yeah, you're back. That's okay. What I was just asking, like, you are based in Poland, but I forgot which city you have been. So just tell us, like, what Joanna is up to, where she's exactly based in, and what is she doing in this lifetime, apart from being such a beautiful Polish lady.
Okay, so now I live in Głogów. This is the small town near to German borders.
Okay.
But I've been living here only for a few months now. So previous years, I spent the majority of time I spent in Warsaw, so the capital city of Poland. Then Wrocław, maybe some people also know this city, quite a big one.
Yeah.
And now Głogów. This is
Okay.
also a very nice town, and I enjoy myself in here. So this is about the geographic and where am I? But what else? Do you want me to say a little bit about myself?
I know you have so many beautiful titles and you're doing so many beautiful things. So I really love to get our, participants to hear from you, from your energy. Like, what do you do for, for living, for life? Like,
Okay. So basically, I work with people and I've been working with people for many years now. Many years ago, I started in sales and recruitment. But right now, I usually work with people as individuals or in groups. And my purpose in life actually is to find love and happiness in life, in my life, and also to share this with other people. And my purpose is to teach people how to find love and happiness in themselves, because where it's actually where is it? It's in ourselves. So I had a long journey in my life, as probably everyone has. But my journey started actually when I wasn't so good in my life, because I was depressed for many years. So I was suffering from depression, and I was trying to find the conventional methods. So I tried psychotherapy, I tried medicines, and all other things. And of course, nothing worked. And suddenly, I'm smiling, of course, right now when
Yeah,
I'm
I was gonna say,
telling the
like, you're
story.
smiling because it's years ago. It's easy to talk now, obviously.
Yeah, it's like it was in some other lifetime, you know. I remember this time, but I'm not feeling connected to this period in my life. So then I started
As if
to.
you are talking to somebody else, like, it's somebody
Yeah,
else's life you're talking. I love it, actually. It is so beautiful. Like,
yeah,
when
this is
people talk
actually.
about their depression, it normally actually hits them. Like, they kind of like bring some energy, and there is nothing comes up from you, sweetheart. So you're talking a different Joanna.
Yeah,
How many
it's
years
actually.
ago? That was it. Like, Joanna, how many years ago you're talking about your depression?
How many years ago? I think like at least 8 years ago.
Wow, brilliant.
Yeah, eight
So
years ago. I think it was the breakthrough.
So it's almost like we are giving the permission to people, if you're going through a tough time in your life, we know since 2022, or not 2022, even like 2020, we are having, all of us is just having some challenges. So you're not alone, as you can see. Like, Joanna gone through a tough time 8 years ago. I have gone through a tough time, like, probably mine is also more than 15 years ago now, my own clinical depression. So you're
Okay.
not alone, but there is always a way to
Yeah.
find
To
your love, your smile. Love. Joanna gonna tell us, how did you find your smile? This amazing, dazzling smile. I love that.
yeah. So first of all, it was the knowledge actually, because I found this total biology. Some people call it psychobiology.
Okay.
It's the knowledge that connects all the diseases or the conditions in our body with our emotions.
Okay.
So this was the intellectual basis for me to understand intellectually how does it work, and maybe from where I could get those emotions.
Okay.
But it's revealed itself even wider, and I was introduced to family constellations, and actually like taking part in family constellations gave me a lot of insight about myself, about my family, about stored emotions that I didn't even think about, or even I didn't notice them. And so first I learned where did it come from, and then I get the access to release those emotions during family constellations and other work like breath work and many other practices. So this was the huge beginning for me, and suddenly it was. I remember when suddenly I started to see the sunshine in my life. I really remember this kind of way. So one day I've been like very miserable, and the other day I was like feeling so happy in my life, and everything just got a lot of colors, and it was really amazing. And I wanted to share with the world. I wanted to share with other people. That's why I started to really learn this knowledge, and I became the total biology consultant, and then family constellations therapist. Right now I also practice soul plan reading, and also I'm a theta healing therapist, and also ICF coach. But this is just the basis, because the coaching knowledge helps me to work with people, to listen to them, to build the good questions, and to be a very good listener, because it's all about that. So this is actually my journey, and right now I also applied for being the neuroscience, neurochange science consultant. So this is the program of Dr. Joe Dispenza. So hopefully, hopefully,
Hopefully.
I already put it in my intention. I will become the NCS consultant, and I will be able to also spread the knowledge of Dr. Joe Dispenza as well.
That sounds amazing. It's actually a pretty full-on program. I mean, if you just list your titles that which is already going through underneath our, screen, they're amazing. And it's almost like what I am so impressed, like the initial point, like, that was something good, actually, like all these things that you have been doing so far initially that help you to come out of obesity or depression. Then when you see that sunshine, you sunlight, whichever the
Yeah.
way we can, I would say in rainbow, probably you have seen the colors, I would say. And then you want to share with the rest of the world because
Yeah.
you apply them. And are you actually using all of them in your own life as well on a regular basis, or you kind of like focus on maybe couple of them? How does it work
Uh,
with your own?
okay. So recently, as my own practice, I usually do Dr. Joe's work. So for my own practice, I use meditations of Dr. Joe Dispenza, and it really gets me connected to my heart and to my brain, and get the heart and brain coherence, and really brings a lot of joy and love into my life. But to work with people, I combine all of those methods, I think, right now. So first of all, I organize group family constellations workshops, during which we are working with the tools from Bert Hellinger, because there are tools of Bert Hellinger that I'm certified with. But during those workshops, I try also to put some other knowledge and some other practices, like breathing techniques, like meditations, like connecting with your heart. So it's not like a pure family constellations right now workshops, and I love it that way. And I'm still evolving, so I think that probably in a few months it will be totally different. And
Wow.
recently, I don't work a lot with individuals. I used to. Right now, I have more groups, but I also love to work with individuals. But I really like to work with people who really want to change, because like what was the case that was with me, that this this suddenly releasing of the old emotions, and becoming happy and full of life and so on. It's not only about releasing those emotions, but the most important thing is the change. So you need to change, and you need to change, first of all, your thoughts, your feelings, and your behaviors. And actually, every teacher, every spiritual teacher, every person who is connected with self-conscious and development of yourself is always saying this, that you have to change yourself. You have to change your thoughts, your feelings, and your behaviors.
Yeah, which is probably the most challenging thing, isn't it? Like,
Of course.
I mean, up until a certain age, we do develop a lot of habits, a lot of behaviors, and also we have a good storage of our thoughts, emotions, feelings. And when you say also change, it just always makes me smile because I do love talking about change as well. And I have to say, when we say people like you need to change, the first reaction probably it's actually that they don't know what to change, or they also don't know how they're gonna change, like how this is gonna look like in their life, whether they will still have the same people, same friends, like around them, whether these people, existing people, gonna like them still, although they have been changing? What would you say when you say change? I know it's a challenging question, but I mean, don't we have the tendency, Joanna, to be perfectly honest with you, we define what change is already, although we have no clue how we're gonna change and what this is gonna look like. I mean, even from from your perspective, like when you say I choose to change, because this is what is also happening. Like let's try to be a little bit helpful, whoever is listening us, because we need to say to them, am I right? Like 2023 is a challenging year in itself. We all need to change. I feel like I have to change dynamically, although I have been changing a lot, like last whatever the number of years. But this year there is something different. Like there is something different in the air, like kind of pulling all of us. And what can we say to people? Like this is something not they have to be afraid of, scared of, or fearful. Like what can we say to them to motivate? Like rather than step back, or I don't know what to change, or I don't know what am I turn into, whether my husband, my wife, like my kids gonna like me, or my best friend gonna like me, my parents, my brother, my sister gonna be happy with me, with new version of me. What would you say? I think that's the biggest challenge in people's,
Yeah, for sure. In my opinion and my observation, it's always like this, that people expect different outcomes by doing the same things in their lives. And it's actually the definition of insanity. So really people think that something like in an external environment appear in their life and then everything will be changed. So I don't know, win the lottery. I will get some lot of money from I don't know, people that I don't know, and so on and so on. So we expect something in our external environment to change, then we can change our state of being. But actually, it's not this way. We need to look at this the other way around, because we are influencing our environment. So, and I love when Dr. Joe says it, that our thoughts are electric signature, and our emotions are magnetic. So when we are thinking something, we are sending the signal out, and when we have our feelings in our body, we are bringing those things to us. So first of all, we need to know and we need to really decide what we want in our life. So do we want abundance? Do we want freedom? Do we want, I don't know, love? Do we want, I don't know, just being happy,
healthy, yeah, be happy.
Yeah, being healthy. So first of all, we need to decide. And then we need to really think about how does this person will look like if this person has this. So what does it mean? It means that if I want abundance in my life, I need to feel abundant. I need to be an abundant person. So in order to attract something to our lives, we need to become it before it happens. I know that it's very, very tricky, and probably a lot of people who doesn't know it and hear it for the first time thinks that it's crazy. How is it possible that I feel abundant when I don't have anything in my life? But actually, it's the trick, because like 99%, 99999, we are the energy. So only 0.00001% it's matter. So we are perceiving ourselves in a material world, but actually we live in an energy world. So to have some changes in our life, we need to change the energy. And I love when Joe Dispenza is usually using this phrase at the end of his meditations: change your energy, change your life. So I love this phrase.
Beautiful
And
line. It gives a lot of perspective. Isn't it the challenge for so many people, because they don't know how to change their energy, and they are not probably aware of what you have just said, like 99% of us actually, we are energies. And we also say like energy speaks, like rather than verbally what is coming out of our mouths, it's just like our energy is the first language, first communication. So without changing our energy, we won't be able to change. We won't be able to change our lives. This is also, isn't it also explaining, like there are loads of modalities introducing lots of tools to us, and the one that you and I love, like meditating with Dr. Joe Dispenza, which is amazing. I would like you to talk about this a bit as well, like why to meditate, because I think for some people meditation is something also challenging, because they don't know how to stop their mind. Like our lovely monkey minds never stops, especially busy people. Like, when they plan their day, they just start with to-do lists and everything. So creating a time for meditating, and then having it as a habit, like as part of your life. I know you're a keen and very good meditator, and actually we probably need to say that one. I will leave the words to you. Like, we're not talking about like 10-15 minutes meditation, am I right? A little bit longer than that.
A little bit, just a little bit. Of course you can meditate like 10 or 15 minutes. I love to do those short meditations as well, but I usually every day meditate 1 to 1.5 hours daily. So it's my way. I know that there are people who don't use the normal meditation, so they do not meditate sitting, because actually it doesn't matter how long you meditate, and it doesn't matter if you meditate in a like a normal structural way, that you are sitting, you have your eyes closed, and there is a music playing, blah blah blah, doesn't matter. So it's not the way of doing it for a certain period of time. You need to stay in this meditative state as long as you can through the day. So what does it mean? In other words, you need to stay in elevated emotions during your whole day. So if you are able to stay aware, focused, mindful, and to really like be an observer of your thoughts and feelings all the time, actually you don't need to meditate at all. But if you need a boost, for example, you are suddenly going back to your old habits, you suddenly feel anger, I don't know, fear, resentment, or other not very life bringing emotions, so negative emotions, then you can just do, I don't know, 10-15 minutes meditations, very quick meditation, or even any breathing technique, just to put yourself on track again. Because it's really important to stay in those elevated emotions, because if you are in those elevated emotions like joy, love, gratitude, what else, care, serenity, and others, then you have a big electromagnetic field around your body, and then you are emitting this energy around you. So you are actually bringing all those things that are corresponding with your electromagnetic field into your life. So that's why it's really important to stay in those elevated emotions. But there is also other thing that I wanted to mention regarding meditation. So actually, like, the core purpose of the meditation is to get beyond your body, your mind, and the duality. So if you are able to do it, you are closer to oneness, wholeness, and true love. And this is actually what we are coming from. So like I think every Buddhist and every person who is meditating for a long, long time can say that really being a long time in meditative state doesn't need to mean that you are sitting and meditating all the time. Keeps you closer to this feeling of oneness and wholeness, and that everything is connected. And actually, when you are in this state, you can create. You don't need to be the victim of your life. You can be a creator of your life. And I know that it's very hard to start. So I always recommend to start even for 5 minutes per day. Just 5 minutes per day, and just observe yourself how you would feel after those 5 minutes. How does it make you feel? And then repeat those 5 minutes one more time. For example, I don't know if you know, probably yes, the very beautiful book of Eckhart Tolle, The Power of Now. This is the amazing book. Actually, I have it in Polish, but it's in Polish, so
Wow.
This one of my favorite books. This book really teaches you how to be present, how to be the observer of your thoughts and feelings, and how to be aware what is going on in your head. Because there was a lot of studies, and it is confirmed that 95% of all our thoughts and feelings are automatic. So it means that only 5% of the thoughts and feelings that every day I think and feel are conscious thoughts and feelings. So if we are operating on an automat, so probably there is a space to change something.
And actually, to change something is probably not the 5 minutes meditations. I will come to that one. You were so kind and caring and lovely to say 5 minutes. Start with 5 minutes. But if you just think, like, if we have such a huge storage, and if you are functioning 95% almost on an autopilot, it will probably take a bit longer, isn't it, Joanna? People need to, can we say that way? Like, they really need to actually dedicate some time to themselves if they really want to have the change, if they really want to be happy, if they really want to not to be influenced by people around them, conditions, situations around them, like the environmental, a lot of stuff that can easily make us react, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And and I know from my personal experience, obviously, I know how meditation can help me and have been helping me quite a lot as well. And you are a meditator longer than I am, actually. You started some time ago. I know. What I was going to say is these are all the tools that people can obviously choose. Like the sole purpose is to find that connection, the one that you just mentioned actually a couple of times already, like and opening up our heart, isn't it? Like everything is in here, like, and so many people even don't know how to open. That's also a step. And I was gonna ask you, like, I know you have amazing experience with your meditations, like if you just want to say maybe a couple of sentences, like, in obviously every meditation is different, and probably just to help the people a little bit, like you don't have to sit yourself and just put a meditation music and try not to think and try to focus on and try to stop all these thoughts, feelings coming up. Like if you have some one on the background, like Joe Dispenza's, all meditations are almost on that way anyway, like leading you, like what to do, where to focus on. It is so helpful, because I have to
Yeah.
say, I haven't been a meditator for years. I just started quite recently compared to so many people. But I never thought that's going to be, it's almost like that easy for me, like, because you're being led by a beautiful voice, and there is a quite actually well thought music on the background. You just really need to be present, as you just perfectly say that one. So this may not be something for everybody for a start, but I just want you to focus on actually, like, how much it was helpful for you, like, and how do you feel at the end of a meditation, just to give an example, because I know you have profound experiences, just to inspire people. And again, we are not monks. We haven't been doing this for years and years, but also obviously, I mean, our path also crossed with you. You and I just have been enjoying what we have been doing. And I was just want to say one more thing before I hand over to you. Like, when you meditate, actually, you're there all alone yourself. Like, there is nobody else around you. There is nothing else around you. It's just you, like, almost shutting out yourself from any noise, any, people, your pets, your kids, your, beloved ones, anyone. Like, you're just like saying to myself, this is my time. This is me. Ebru is having her time. And you actually, obviously, with the type of meditation, it depends, but like, you're going inwards. You're actually finding a way to inwards. You're finding this connection that we do believe we all have deep inside, the connection with the creator, universe, God, whatever you want to call it. That connection is the key that so many people, I think, have been missing or lost the connection. It's almost like reconnecting to this beautiful, I would say, energy or presence or being. Then, yeah, after that meditation, things are looking very different. Like, you're different. I'm already like, when I'm saying it, I'm already living it. What do you know? So tell us, like, after a meditation, how you feel, what happens, like, how you get on with the rest of your day, Joanna.
Okay, so you mentioned a very very important thing about that you are disconnecting yourself from the things in your life and so on, so on. So in my opinion and in my experience, it's easier to meditate straight in the morning, like right after you wake up. So even before you look at your phone, even before you check anything, just start your meditation straight away, because it's connected with the brain waves, actually. Because during the night, we are operating on delta brainwaves pattern. Then when we are dreaming or when we are waking up, we are on theta brainwaves. And theta brainwaves, these are the best brainwaves to reprogram your subconscious mind, actually. So when we sleep to these theta brainwaves and we start our meditation like straight away in the morning, we are more likely to be in these brain waves through the meditation. Of course, there are times that we get distracted and we can go into alpha on even low beta brain waves. But still, it's easier to meditate straight in the morning when there are not so many things going on in your life and things that you have to take care of. Just that you are like even a little bit asleep. It's the best way to meditate. And afterwards, like for me, I feel amazing after every meditation. So, but it wasn't for me like this from the beginning. I remember the times when I was struggling. I remember when I didn't want to sit that long, that I was furious about those guided instructions. So, but I sit there anyway. So it really is a commitment. So as you mentioned before, you really have to commit and you really have to find time to do it. I just mentioned before that it's easier to start somewhere. So even if you start with 5 minutes, it's okay, but try to make it longer and longer and longer. It's like practicing your body. When you were practicing your body with negative emotions for many, many years, so right now it really needs some time to change it, to practice it, to feeling different emotions. So it really will take some time. So that's why like you really need to be patient, and you need to find time and to do it. Just do it. And even if you don't feel amazing from the first meditation on, or even for after 10 meditations you don't feel any difference, because it can happen also, just keep going and keep going, and like after some time you will find and you will learn that you get more calm, that you are like better observer of the reality, that you are not reacting to everything that's happening around you in a old way, that you are more aware of everything that's going on. And it's the first step to change and to really know what you would like to change in yourself, because we are talking about this change. And so if you want to change something in your life, you need to change yourself. So then starts the self-investigation. So what I would like to change in me still. And I love to ask myself two questions. You know them already, because
Yes, I
also
love
Joe
that.
Dispenza,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
and you
love
love
that.
them. So it's one question is, what would love do in this situation? And the second question is, what would greatness do in this situation? So every time if I have a problem or a stressful situation, or like in everyday, like normal things, normal activities, I can always ask myself, what would love do in this situation? And the answer always amazes me. So really, if we hear ourselves, because when we are meditating and we are becoming more aware and more focused, then we can hear our inner voice, and we can get a lot of information, because there are no better sources of information than ourselves. There is nothing more out there. Everything is inside of us.
Which is probably
So
a surprising line that you're saying. People actually don't see the value in themselves. They don't think, they have that much depth knowledge already inside. They just need to remember, as we said. What I want to pick on actually, sometimes people, when you are spending some time on self-development and, being the practitioner or even the instructor of a self-healing problem, let's put it that way, they think that we don't react, like, we're perfect, we're already like, all the time. What I was gonna, yeah, exactly. What I was gonna say, like, I think the beauty is actually to be able to see you don't react the same way you used to react, either to people or to situations, like whatever going on around you. I mean, the goal is not necessarily just to be perfect and just to be in allowance of everything and not react to anything or anyone. It's actually, the answer is no, no, we do react. I do react, and I still probably gonna do react anyhow. But the important part, like how long you choose to react, and you are so aware of, like, you're just, as you perfectly say, like you're observer of your own life, you're observer of your actions, your behaviors. When you start observing you, it's easy to see all these things, and it is actually come to a choice, am I really choosing to react that long? Or am I really willing to ask these two beautiful questions, and I just want to repeat them because these are beautiful lines, and actually these questions are designed in a way to take us outside of this, reactive or desperate, frustrated situation. The feelings like come out of them, and what would love do in these circumstances, in this situation? And it's almost like you're pausing, I would say, from my, words, and you're actually asking like, what would greatness would do right now for this situation? It's if a person is on the journey of change, these questions are extremely helpful. And you're catching yourself, like, your old habit, like your old reaction, whatever that is. And I always say, people, John, I'm sure you will agree, as a a teacher of being on so many different areas as well, like we are the ones needs to catch ourselves in these circumstances. There won't be anybody else. Like we need to be in charge of our reactions or feelings, emotions, whatever comes up. And the beauty, if I may say so, it's like a muscle. If you keep catching yourself, if you're choosing to be observer of yourself, your life, you actually grow into that. You're getting better, and you kind of almost like it's like a game for me. Like, I say sometimes like, Ebru, you see what you're saying, what you're thinking. Hello, catch yourself, change it. Are you still doing this? It's almost like a fun game, and you're being the best company of yourself in your life and your body as well. Like you said in meditations, and I have been in meditations with you, like, can we tell to our listeners, maybe we will scare them, like how many hours we meditate sitting next to each other? We won't say it, like, let's leave their imagination. Maybe next program we can reveal them. The beauty is actually you may be very uncomfortable, your body actually may be very uncomfortable at the beginning. Now, I never had this issue because I am unbelievably can be so still. That was my studentship years. I love sitting. I don't have a problem to sit in long hours, but I do know some people have actually issues. But within time, this is also changing. Your body is actually learning to shift and change. That's the main purpose, actually. The body is uncomfortable. Body just want to move or check WhatsApp messages, like check your social media. Whether do I have any comments to the most recent post I have just put through. This is your body, and you just you see also you're not your body. Your body is only part of you, and there is a bigger, wider, greater, and amazing part that is a discovery of that part, I would say. And Joanna, I am actually amazed, like the number of minutes is going unbelievable. We just have left a couple of minutes, and I want you to actually to almost focus on what will be your last sentences for this program. I would say, like, for 2023, I kept asking all my guests, actually, while everybody is a little bit drawing probably pretty dark, or how do you say, frustrated picture for the year we are in. What would you say? I know you probably will give a very different perspective, and what will be your way of inspiring people? They can see in a different way. They don't have to buy in other people's point of views or projections. What would you say?
Okay, so I try to be brief. So first thing, I wanted to add that we are not our emotions. So as you said, we are not our bodies. We just have body, and we also just feel the emotions. So this is just the energy that is stored in our body. So when we are disconnect ourselves from imagining that we are our emotions, then we can release them very easily. So this is the first thing, and you can use a lot of very simple techniques to release your emotions. We don't have time to talk about them, but there are
Next
a lot
time.
of
Next time, don't worry.
yeah. But like my advice for everyone is just that the love is the answer. Love is the answer to everything, and it changes everything, and it heals. And if you are really open yourself to love and to feel love and to share this love with others, like on a daily basis, with helping others, with just thinking like very warm and loving thoughts about other people, this is changing you and this is changing the whole world around you. So yeah, love is the answer.
I love the way that you're expressing, and I can see from your face, your beautiful voice is also like, sending all these beautiful energies. And thank you for that, Joanna. I can't help it to say we really ought to have another program, because I know you also do some remote healing. You are part of actually a group that you enjoy a lot, and you do experience, you said that a lot, love on these events as well. We really need to talk about that a bit more, maybe. So let's arrange another time whenever you have a slot for me in your busy schedule. And thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for
Thank
opening
you.
up your heart and your beautiful, beautiful experiences. And I just can't thank enough. And I'm looking forward to be my guest again in this beautiful Turkish channel.
Oh, you're being so kind. Thank you. Thank you, Ebru. I'm so grateful that I'm here, and I'm so grateful that you are in my life and
Likewise.
that Joe Dispenza brought us together.
I know. Thanks to Joe, I would say. And also, if people would like to get in touch with you, we have your Instagram account. They can probably DM direct messages to you. Am I right?
Yes, yes,
And
of
you have a
course.
beautiful, yeah. I'm just like extending it a little bit so that they can clearly see after all my details. We have all your details as well. We'll see. All the titles are there. We listed. We didn't miss any.
Wow.
Joanna, Joanna Kuziola. Yes, I do remember Kuziola. And family
Beautiful.
constellations are actually very common, very well known and used in Turkey, which is pretty cool. And theta healing as well. And yeah, if people are willing to reach out to this lovely Polish lady, and yeah, Zen Joan, I was trying to remember that one. .pl, this is the Instagram account. Yay! They can see that one. See you next time, sweetheart. Thank
Thank
you.
you. See you.
And have a
Mwah.
lovely week. Thank you so
You
much.
too.
Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.